My name is Karen Tse, and in the year 2000, I founded International Bridges to Justice. IBJ is dedicated to ensuring that every man, every woman, every child throughout the world has effective defense counsel.
Hi, I'm Marco Marola. With me is the CEO and founder, Karen Tse of International Bridges to Justice. Karen, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
So I just want to ask you a few questions.
Okay, great.
How did you end up involved in civil rights defense?
I started as a public defender in San Francisco, very close by here. And in 1994, I moved to Cambodia. And when I was in Cambodia, I realized that many people are tortured and many people don't have a lawyer. So today, there are thousands of people who are tortured every day and 3 million people in pretrial detention. And there's a very easy solution to this, which is we help them build effective public defense.
And how did your experience as a public defender affect your methods? And also, you're also an ordained minister, I believe.
Yes.
So how did, like, those two things, how did
do
they
they combine?
coexist, and into your methods?
So in terms of being a public defender, that's sort of the baseline for the right to effective defense. And I realize that, people are tortured every day, and the main thing that stands between someone being tortured in many countries and being protected is a competent lawyer, a competent public defender. Some countries, they don't have public defenders, so we call them just lawyers or defenders or whatnot. So part of it is, number one, I just realized that there's a, in a way, some people call it the silver bullet, and they don't believe in the magic bullet, but there is a silver bullet, and that is having a defender right then and there. So part of that is just realizing that from a purely pragmatic point of view, we want defenders there. But the second part is I went to divinity school, and I think it was only when I was in divinity school that I realized that it's possible for us to have major changes in the world, and that we as human beings co-create our reality, and we co-create our history. So that's the divinity part, right? That's the ordained minister part that recognizes that there's things that are practical, and then sometimes you have to take a leap of faith and believe that we can co-create a different and new reality.
And in prior talks, you talked about how certain places, like I think you said Cambodia only had 10 lawyers.
Yes.
Or 10 public defendants.
Yes.
Which countries were more resistant to the work you're trying to do, and which countries really took you in, were very thankful that you were there? And
I think that I probably can't answer that question because if I do, the countries that I'm working in that I call resistant might be unhappy. So let me just say this. Let's say that the approach of our organization is that if the laws are on the books and it says you have a right to a lawyer and a right not to be tortured, that we're going to work together with a group of lawyers, and we're just going to push and push and push till it happens. And in some places you don't have to push very much, and in some places it's pretty difficult, and yet at the same time, progress can be measured in sort of like small steps, and it happens. And we've been working in some countries for over a decade, and we definitely see changes. Like in Cambodia, for instance, torture was almost every single person, and now in the provinces that we work, torture has been reduced to less than 5%.
you also talked a little bit about a young boy. I don't recall his name.
Vishnu.
Yeah, you talked about him, and how important is this? You connecting with these people and understanding their struggles and understanding the things that they're going through. How important is that in your work?
It's important for all of us to be connected, not only to our mission and our cause and the people that we're working together with. I think it's important for us to be connected together, to recognize at the end of the day that it's our mutual humanity, that we're really different and we're not so different.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So now I have to give you the keynote question that we're going to give every week to each social entrepreneur. What advice do you have for a young social entrepreneur just trying to start getting going? Like, how do they get their feet on the ground?
Okay.
I know it's a difficult question.
It's good. Some things are really cliche. I'm going to give you the really cliche ones because I think they're really true. I had 2 quotes in my office, which started off as my apartment when I started. One was, one said, it's not the destination, it's who you become in the journey. And after 17 years, 18 years, I really believe that. There's a lot that we have to accomplish, and there's a lot that we all want to accomplish, but it's really not just what we accomplish, it's not just getting there. Maybe we get there, maybe we don't. It's who we become. And that's the gift of the journey itself. That's the gift of being an entrepreneur. That's the gift of having the courage.